Hello and welcome back to this channel. So this is the analysis video, that is the video in which I'm going to explain to you or analyze the cutoff numbers that we saw in the visa bulletin that was released earlier in this week. Now let me first say how I proceed in these videos. I'll first consider a general question in case there is, and then after that I also touch on individual regions in case there is a need. So let's begin with the general question. Now, like in the analysis video that I published last month, there was a major question that needed to be addressed. In this visa bulletin, it is similar, although the question is not the same. Now, what am I saying? In the visa bulletin that was published earlier this week, there is one major issue that is of interest to most diversity visa applicants, that is DV 2025 applicants. Now, the issue has to do with the small increases that the different regions and exception countries, for the most part, experienced. Now, in the diversity visa program, the wish of most or all diversity visa applicants is that the cutoff number that is shown for their region goes beyond their case number at some point in time, because that will allow them to become eligible for interview. And so I guess a lot of you guys were, I would say, disappointed that the cutoff number shown in the visa bulletin recently did not go far. So the big question is, why? Why did that happen? And there is an obvious reason. Now, before getting to the reason, for those of you who have been following from the beginning of this program, I said concerning the month of October that the cutoff numbers that were set were too high. Then those cutoff numbers were repeated for the month of November, and then largely repeated for the month of December. Concerning the month of January, we saw increases, high increases in some of the regions. Now, what I have seen concerning those 4 or 5 first months of the DV 2025 program is that the visa office did not have the tools at their disposal to move the cutoff numbers as the numbers should be moved. What am I saying? Before January 1st this year, we did not know the details concerning the DV 2025 program. It is true that the results were published in the month of May, and we saw the statistics concerning the lottery in the month of August. But since interviews in the DV 2025 program started in the month of October, we did not have a complete picture of how interviews were going in the DV 2025 program until the 1st of January. So why did the cutoff numbers increase to a small extent in this visa bulletin? The answer lies within the first SAAC data that were released on the 1st of January this year. And that is what I refer to as the tools that the visa office did not have before January 1st, but that they have access to or have had access to since the 1st of January. And it is that tool, the data, that allow them to move the cutoff numbers to a small extent. By considering the first SAAC data, the visa office were able to see the reality of the DV 2025 program. So if I were to summarize what I just said, I would say that most of your regions and exception countries experience a low increase in their cutoff number in this visa bulletin because the visa office now has access to data concerning interviews in the DV 2025 program, and they used it this time around in establishing the cutoff numbers. Now, what that also tells me concerning a region like the Africa region is that what I foresee personally is that on a monthly basis, the cutoff number for the Africa region, I personally expect it to increase anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 on a monthly basis going forward in the DV 2025 program. I don't expect leaps to occur in the Africa region. So that is it concerning this big question of why the cutoff numbers increased to a lower extent in this visa bulletin. Now, few other comments concerning a number of regions, beginning with the North America region. We saw the leap from 5 to 20 in a past visa bulletin concerning the North America region. That leap made most cases from the North America region current. And amongst those cases, only one is currently scheduled for interview. This tells us that the cutoff number for the North America region is expected to remain at 20 for a number of months coming. When those cases should have been interviewed, that is when we can expect the North America region cutoff number to move forward, although there is only one case that is not yet current from that region. The next comment concerns both the Asia and the Europe regions. I've said that in past programs, it has been observed that in recent years, the cutoff numbers for both of those regions increase to a lower extent as compared to the other regions. I cannot say why. I do not know why the visa office proceeds in that way, but it is a reality that has been observed. And in this visa bulletin, although generally the regions and exception countries experience low increases, it is likely that that trend that has been observed concerning both of those regions is beginning once again in the DV 2025 program. But we will have to wait and see the next couple of visa bulletins to see concerning both the Asia and Europe regions whether their cutoff numbers will increase more. And finally, concerning both the Oceania and South America regions, it is in those regions that I expect to see increases, high increases, that is, leaps occur. And I'm not basing on the SEAC data. I'm basing on experience from recent years. That is what I have observed concerning both of those regions, and it is very likely that that trend be repeated in the DV 2025 program. So those are my thoughts concerning the visa bulletin that was released earlier this week. And with that, we've come to the end of this analysis. Thanks for watching this video. Our discussions concerning the DV 2025 program will continue in the next video, God willing. Until then, goodbye.